Hello and welcome to Chain Court Academy, the court of blockchain and cryptocurrencies. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the introduction to blockchain and cryptocurrency. This is vital in your fundamental analysis as a crypto trader or investor. In this episode, we will define blockchain and cryptocurrencies, and then also understand the core concepts and how they are transforming various industries, and also gain insights into the potentials and challenges of this ever-evolving landscape. Kindly subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell to receive updates each time I upload a new video. What is blockchain? Blockchain is a decentralized distributed ledger technology. In simple language, blockchain is a decentralized database. Now, in the traditional setup, a database is usually on a server, and other computers are able to retrieve data from this server for their use. But in a blockchain, the database is stored on every node or computer that is on the network. And so every computer has a copy of the database. And so if any of the computers fail at any point in time, the others still have the database. And if any new computer joins the network at any time, that new computer is provided access to the previous data that was stored on the blockchain, and then can also continue from where it came in. Now, on the blockchain, data is stored in blocks, and these blocks are then linked to each other in a chronological order and are encrypted using cryptography. Transparency and immutability are core features of a blockchain, and this ensures that trust and tamper-proof records are kept. By transparency, when a transaction is conducted or a transaction occurs on the blockchain, this transaction can be verified by any individual using the blockchain's explorer. By immutability, what we mean is that once a record is added to a block, that record cannot be changed, so it becomes tamper-proof. So here is a diagram of a blockchain. We have the Genesis block, which is the first block of a blockchain. Now we fill this block with data, and once it is filled, we move to the next block and also fill it with data, which can be transaction record, images, audio files, and what have you. And so once these boxes or blocks are filled up, we link them to each other to form a chain of blocks. And that is why we have the name blockchain. The key component of a blockchain consists of a block. These blocks contain data and then timestamps of when this data was created or added, and unique cryptographic hash. Now, the hashes securely link the blocks together, making alterations easily detectable. And if you want to understand hashes in more details, kindly watch my cybersecurity videos. Again, another component of a blockchain is the nodes. So the computers on the network are referred to as nodes, and they maintain and validate the blockchain. Then the final feature or component of a blockchain is the consensus mechanism, which is an algorithm used by the nodes or computers to agree on the state of the blockchain. This can be done in the form of a proof of work or proof of stake. In subsequent videos, we'll come to look at proof of work and proof of stake in much details. So we have block 1, block 2, and block 3. We fill block 1, and if it is filled up, we move to block 2 and then to block 3 and on and on. Now we say the block 1 is called the Genesis block. Once the block 1 is filled up, we compute the hash for that particular block. And in basic terms, what that means is that computing the hash of a file or of anything means you are generating a special value for that particular thing. Once any slightest alteration is made to that particular document, the hash cannot be the same again. It will change to something else. So if you take a document and then you compute the hash for it, and then you come back and then add a full stop or a question mark or a space to that particular document, if you compute the hash again, it will be a different value altogether. So this is used to secure a blockchain network and to help to identify whenever a previous block or transaction records have been altered. Now, key features of a blockchain. The first of it is that it is decentralized. So no single entity controls the network, and this reduces reliance on centralized authorities. The second part is that it is immutable. As I said earlier on, once data is recorded in the block, it cannot be changed or deleted without altering subsequent blocks. Transparency. All transactions are visible to anyone on the network, ensuring accountability and trust. Then security. Cryptography protects data from unauthorized access and manipulation. Now, let's talk about cryptocurrencies. So cryptocurrencies are one of the use cases of a blockchain. And cryptocurrencies are defined as digital or virtual currencies secured by cryptography. So a digital currency that is encrypted using cryptography is called a cryptocurrency and are used for peer-to-peer transactions without the need of intermediaries like banks. Transactions are usually secure, transparent, and borderless. Some popular examples include Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and many others. So how do cryptocurrencies work? So based on the blockchain technology that is used in recording transactions, transactions are verified and added to the blockchain by special computers that we call miners using their computational power or CPU. Miners are rewarded with cryptocurrency for their efforts. In the subsequent video, we'll come to talk about miners so that you understand what miners do and their role in the blockchain ecosystem. So how is transaction done? Now, for a transaction to be done, let's look at the image from the left section. Assuming you have $10 in your wallet and you'd want to send that $10 to a sibling, you start by getting the sibling address and then sending that $10 to that particular address. The miners are supposed to verify whether indeed you have that $10 to spend. If you do have, then that $10 is taken away from your account and you are left with a zero balance or whatever balance would have been left. Once this is done and this validation is completed, the transaction record is then added to the current block. Now, once that block is filled up, we need to compute the hash for that particular block. So again, the miners compute the hash for that particular block. And then once the hash is computed, the miner that was able to compute the hash send a message to all the nodes or the computers on the network saying that, hey, I have been able to compute the hash for this particular block. The other ones get a copy of what he did and verify whether it is indeed true. Once this is true, the process starts again and it continues in that cycle. So let's talk about the benefits of blockchain and cryptocurrencies. Blockchain and cryptocurrencies enhance security because of their tamper-proof and transparent data storage mechanism. It also creates trust and transparency because it improves traceability and accountability. Then decentralization, this eliminates single points of failure and empowers individuals. As I said earlier on, in a centralized system, once the server fails, then it means the whole process of doing transaction comes to a standstill. But in a decentralized system, there is no single point of failure because the others would have had access to the database to be able to continue. Now, transactions are faster and cheaper compared to the traditional system. And then they also provide us with a new financial product called DeFi. And again, we'll look at DeFi in subsequent videos. It also has a potential for great economic inclusion. Now, as I mentioned earlier on, cryptocurrencies are not the only forms of applications or things that can be done on the blockchain. One of the applications of blockchain is in supply chain management. Blockchain can be used to track the movement of goods and materials to ensure transparency and efficiency. Another use or application of blockchain can be a voting system. So secure and transparent voting processes can be built on blockchain technology. In healthcare, data of patients can be stored and shared among medical practitioners and ensure that this is done securely. Intellectual property. Blockchain protects intellectual property rights. And so this is also another key thing that blockchain can be used for. What are some of the challenges and then considerations? The key thing you have to consider when trading or investing in cryptocurrency is the fact that they are volatile. And by volatility, we mean that the price fluctuates very fast. So a cryptocurrency can go from a few cents to a couple of dollars within a few minutes to hours or days. And the opposite can also occur. Security risk. Hacks and scams are potential threats in this ecosystem because currently the ecosystem is not regulated. And that brings us to our next point, regulatory uncertainty. Governments around the world are still developing frameworks for crypto. So currently, the crypto ecosystem is not regulated. Environmental impact. We mentioned proof of work and then proof of stake as a consensus mechanism by which blockchain network is maintained. Now, the proof of work mechanism is said to consume significant of energy, and that can impact the environment. Some blockchains also have issues of scalability, and that means that when we have a lot of people or users joining that particular blockchain network, it becomes difficult scaling up to meet the demand. And this is usually found with older blockchains, as current blockchains are trying their best to address that. There's also the potential for it to be misused in illegal activities. So money laundering is the key thing here. A lot of people hide behind blockchain to engage in money laundering activities. So in conclusion, blockchain and crypto offer exciting opportunity for a more secure, transparent, and efficient future. And understanding the fundamentals empowers individuals to navigate these evolving landscapes, especially if you are going into trading or its investment. Responsible participation and continued innovation are the key to unlocking the full potential of this transformative technology, as the technology is still in its early stages. If you like this content, kindly subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell to receive updates each time a new video is uploaded.